Good morning, welcome back to Use of Personal Trainers. I'm Nigel, your chair-based exercise instructor. Sorry we're not posted for a few days, but the weather has been here as an affecting the signal somewhat, so it has limited as posts. There's been a lot of disruption to the Wi-Fi services. So, okay, what I'm going to do today is going to do a couple of reviews about people that, we've had a few family members say about, we've not put anything on about arthritis and things like that. So what I'm going to do this morning is just a couple of reviews on people that might have arthritis in the hands. Personally, I do suffer personally as well, so it's something I can relate to. Recently I purchased one of these. It's like a hand strengthener. There's a dial on the side. It's a little bit hard to tell, but there is a dial on the end that increases or decreases the amount of pressure you can put it on. Basically, it's just popping it in your hand and pushing it together. But it's nice and slow, and obviously you can do it either hand. So it doesn't matter whether you're left-handed or right-handed. There is some adjustment on it. You can make it lighter, harder. I don't know if you can see the spring moving out, but obviously that gives more resistance. The further out the spring is away from here, the further up the dial, the further this way it goes, the harder it goes, the further inside it goes, the less resistance it goes. And it has numbers on it from 10 kg resistance to 40 kg resistance. So I have it about 20 to 30 personally, and I'll try and do maybe 10 a day. I do have a problems personally with grip, where often I can be carrying some shopping for the missus sometimes, and I can get my grip can give on me. So I do find that if I know I'm going to do anything where perhaps my grip could do with being a bit better, if I do this for a couple of days beforehand, it does help. Whether it'll help you, I'm no expert in this matters, but I was recommended this by a physio. But there are alternatives you can get. These aren't expensive. I think my lad brought me this. I think it was about £5 off eBay. Presume Amazon would be the same or thereabouts. So, okay. But what I want to demonstrate to you is that you don't even have to have that. Pair of socks, a tennis ball, a stress ball, or even a towel, a small hand towel. Just roll it up, do exactly the same. Just squeeze and release, squeeze and release, squeeze and release. So even, I know people can't get out, they don't want to spend money unnecessarily at the moment, I can understand that. But if you do have any issues with the hands, I do have one that's a ball, but I can't just place my hands on it at the moment. I have like a little bit larger than a tennis ball. It's actually a form of stress ball. It's quite soft. Again, readily available, but you could use a pair of socks. You could double up, one in each hand. It's a squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. But also, for those of you that might have problems with the elbow, if you put it between the joint of the elbow, like a pair of socks, put it in, squeeze gently. Again, gives a little bit of resistance to the joint, and you might find that helpful. And again, obviously, I suggest you do both sides, even if you don't suffer both sides, just to keep everything uniform. But the beauty of it, using something like this or a towel, you can also do the same under your knee. Just squeeze. Use your hand if you need to, just to help you. Squeeze. Just put a little bit of resistance on them joints that you might be having problems with. Just a little squeeze. Shouldn't cause any pain. Might be a little uncomfortable. And all you're doing is just giving it that little bit of tension and a little bit of stress on it. A little bit of tension on it. just gives it a little bit of resistance without being massive. It's not like you go to the gym and you're putting a 50k weight on it or anything ridiculous like that. You just put in a little bit of resistance there. You could do it with a towel in between, through like this, and do the same with a towel, and the same on the hands. You could use a towel, just the same. You know, as I say, I just thought I'd just share a couple of things with you that I find personally useful. I know it's not been a very long one, but hopefully, you know, these little bit of snippets that we're giving you will hopefully help somebody along the line. Please leave feedback. We don't often get a review on it directly. Sometimes we get some inboxes, but it'd be nice to see a few little remarks at the bottom. So little feedbacks, how you're finding these things. As I say, a little bit of resistance there, just using a pair of socks, or for the hands, a hand strengthener, or as I say, you could use a tennis ball, you could use, you know, a towel, anything you can squeeze it soft. Just a little bit of tension here and there, so excuse me, that's just my phone playing up in the background. A few messages coming through. Might be a few remarks from somebody on here, I never know. But anyway, thank you very much for your time this morning. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, everybody, and we'll get back to you soon with some more exercises. Thank you.